Hello, welcome in. Today we're going to be diving into a client case study who is down 3 inches off her waist in 49 days. So, first of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Megan. I am the CEO and founder of Valkyrie Fitness and Nutrition. Over the past almost 5 years, it's been 5 years now, we've helped, we're surpassing the 500 mark of women who are frontline professionals, first responders, healthcare, military. I've stepped in the program and gotten results. I also guarantee results within my program. If you follow the frameworks that we teach, you will 100% get results. If not, we give you your money back and then some, so an extra $200. So what I'm going to walk through now is another client case study. If you haven't seen any of my past ones, you can check my YouTube page. I'm trying to do these a lot more often because, one, it shows you guys what we do inside, what makes us a little bit different, what we implement, the resources we provide, all that fun stuff. And what I'm going to go through now is I'm going to show you, obviously, too, like all of her metrics, so you can actually see it in real time, because I don't hide stuff from you guys. But at the same time, too, I'm going to break down what we implement and what happens when a client joins. So that's a big part here. So I wonder if I could just change this. There we go. Oh, no, I didn't want it that way, but whatever. So let's go down here. Of course it does that. So I'm just going to make it a separate thing. So what happens when a client joins, right? So first, right, a client always sits with either myself or I have another person on my team. Her name is Janine. She has also been in the fitness space. She's owned her own fitness business years ago, but she now helps support me with consultations. So someone sits down, right? Sits down with us on a consultation. We always sit with a consultation because, one, it's really hard to figure out and pinpoint what your struggles are through Messenger. It's really hard. And a lot of times, too, like, we uncover a lot of other things that weren't mentioned in Messenger. So for us, like, within that 45 minutes, we can uncover, like, what you're struggling with, where you want to get to, what you might need, and also, too, like, who on my team is the best person to support you in reaching those goals. Because I don't do coaching anymore. Not in that space. Like, I still help with the clients, but I don't take on my own personal clients right now. So I have to figure out, too, who is the best person to help support that person, right? So let's say we get to the end of consultation, we feel like it's a good fit. We exchange money, obviously, because that's what happens when you when you sign up for something. Then the client and I go through their onboarding process. Like, what is the first steps on doing that, right? So I pick a coach for them, myself or Janine. We pick a coach who's going to be their accountability coach. So we have 4 coaches on my team. I have Coach Denise. I right now have Coach Casey, Coach Christy, and Coach Lisa. All of my coaches have different strengths, right? Just like anything in life, you have to have different players on your team that are good in different areas, right? So that's why, like, when I get on with people, I can kind of feel out, and so can Janine, who is going to be the best person to work with someone, because everyone has different personalities. Everyone might have injuries. We have some people who are postpartum. I have some people with hormonal imbalances. I have some people that need, like, a corrective exercise specialist. I have some people trying to pass PT tests, right? You know what I mean? Everyone's got something different that they're aiming for, because all your goals are different. So and then from there we set up their onboarding call. So we always set you guys up with an onboarding call, usually about, like, 20 minutes. During that time, like, the goal is to have you sit down with your accountability coach, like, actually meet them, because that's a big part of it too, right? You're not just getting assigned, like, a bot or someone that isn't going to know who you are. So we do the onboarding call. It's when they get all their resources, kind of walk through their first week, what to expect, and then kind of go through, like, any questions that they might have, right? They're also seeing what their first week looks like. So after a consultation, we have them fill out a fitness assessment. So this is very, very important. We have a lot of questions on there that also determine how we're going to structure things. So when most people step into a fitness program, what they kind of assume is, because this is what most people ask me, like, oh, did you design the program? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, the workouts and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, my past clients, yeah, sure. But what we're doing is we're taking what's coming from the fitness assessment. I'm actually going to show it to you because, like, I keep telling you guys, like, I'm not one of those coaches that gatekeep stuff. And I think that that's a big issue right now in this space is everyone's hiding behind a curtain, right? They're hiding behind the curtain of, like, I don't know, maybe people are just afraid that you're not going to believe the value of the program if they start showing you things. In my opinion, you see the value once you step inside. I can show you guys like ins and outs of stuff, and but the support is unmatched. That's what I really talk about, is you're getting a lot of accountability and support. My coaches on my team all work for me full time now. When I first started out, they had like other jobs and stuff, but as I'm growing and things like that, like now my coaches work just for me, which is also kind of terrifying at the same time. Because as a business owner, right, like I'm responsible for other people. But that's what I like to be, is like I'm a real person, I'm open. Like I started out exactly where you guys are, and that was struggling in my own fitness journey. I put on 30 pounds when I got into law enforcement, and I was doing like all the quick fix diets and it worked, but I was like drained. I had no strength. I was like barely eating. I was like eating like rice cakes, and like the guys I was working with were like, "What are you doing?" And I was like trying to lose weight, and it was miserable, and I didn't feel good performance wise. So that's what led me to crafting and created this program. Is I wanted to break free from diet culture, and I wanted to empower women who step inside my program, so that way they understand like you don't have to starve yourself in order to get results. And have a lot of women who are still in that mindset. We're trying to break them out of that too. So there's a lot more to it. It's not just like you download a PDF and then we charge you a ton of money. Like that's not near like anywhere close to what we do. So if that's your mindset of like coaching, it's way more complex than that. So that's the only way I can kind of describe it. So having filled out this fitness assessment, this is exactly what every single client that comes into my program gets. We've added more to it as we've gone through. So you can see, like, we want to know their why. I have hundreds of whys, which I think is the most important, because when people lose their path a little bit, something I like to send to them is their why. And it happens, you know what I mean? Life it hits you really hard. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff that's going to pop up, but you have to remember why you want to start. And there's never a good time to start your fitness journey. And I tell people that all the time, but nobody believes me. Oh, well, I'll wait till after vacation. Well, guess what? Something else is going to pop up in its place. Something bad might happen. There's a million things, but as you scroll down, how many workouts do you want to do per week? These are not set in stone. We can always add more later into your workout plan. This is something I really hone in on and say on the consultation, because I think a lot of people come in wanting, great, you want to get the most bang for your buck. Most people assume, but you know what happens when you overwhelm yourself? Like you become less likely to do what you need to do. So I always tell people, start with 3, and we can always add another one, and then we can always add another one. So we can progress people wherever they're at. I have some really advanced people that come in, which I think is awesome, and then I have some people who are straight up never been to the gym before. So we start them out like with 3 workouts. Not the end of the world. Can always add more. We try to get as close as possible, right? We're not perfect. Like we're not AI bots, so we can't schedule things. We try to get as close as we can. So if someone says I can only do 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week, we try to get as close as that time, especially if you're going to a commercial gym and you're going during the busy hours. You have to give yourself like at least another 15-20 minutes, because people will be on stuff for like ever. I was in the gym the other day and these 2 girls were on the lying leg curl machine for, I'm not even kidding, like 30 minutes. And I was like, guess I'm not doing that today. So it happens. How would you describe your level? Like, where you're kind of starting out at. And anytime, this is what we kind of figure out with nutrition. I always tell people lightly active is the best way to go, unless you're someone that's like in construction. You're on your feet all day, like bartenders. I get bartenders and stuff like that too. So they're busy, or waitresses. So that's more physically active. Most people, like myself, I'm like sedentary or lightly active. Like I literally sit at a desk all day. I spend maybe 40 minutes out of my day. Plus I do some walks with the dogs. So I would say like maybe two hours out of my day is actual activity. Not a lot. So again, most people think I'm working out like 2+ hours a day. I'm really not. Like most of it's walking the dogs. I'm not doing anything crazy. What equipment do you have access to, right? So if you're going to commercial, we select more than one, because when we can break things down for clients. You see what I mean when this is actual like customized? And we have people, we get access to their MyFitnessPal. You just use the free version. You don't need premium. Oh, here goes my dogs. Don't even start. If you're working out from home, gym, hotel, what do you have access to? So I have people select stuff and then they upload photos. So I've got like thousands of photos of people's like home gyms and stuff like that. So what we do is we can actually see what we're working with and then construct a plan around that. Because I have some people with like Bowflexes, or you got that like crappy work gym. It's got like pieced together stuff that's like older than you are. So we got to actually see what we're working with so we know how to build out a plan, and something that also flows, because I have some people who are working out at commercial gyms and work gyms. So something that makes sense and it's actually getting you results, because our job at the end of the day is for you to see how we're planning things out so that way you know how to continue forward on your own, right? That's the whole purpose of a coach, is someone that's actually going to help you understand and see how to construct a program that works. And inside of my program too, I have a whole course that I've created for clients. It's my Fit for Life formula course. Inside of that, I break every single thing down. There's a bunch more stuff I got to add to it. So anything that I do add to it as well, all my past clients get access to that. So that's usually a big part of why a lot of women join my program, is because once they hear that we're not gatekeeping, we're not cutting them off after their program's over, they have access to it for life. Um, it really does, it's kind of unmatched. There's not a lot of programs out there, and if programs start to do it, it's because they're copying me. Like, that's really what it's going to be, because most programs, when you're done, you're done. You're on your own. So let me see something. I also have, in the wrong one. I also have like a Facebook group just for clients. I'm not gonna really show you that because I don't want you to try to add yourself to it. Just kidding. But we have a chat that goes on in there so the clients can communicate with each other. I've past clients inside and current clients. We don't kick them out of that either. But anyway, like, this is where we can, have you ever gotten birth? Reason we ask for this too, because I have coaches on my team who know how to create like a postpartum style program, because we have a lot of women with core and back issues and pelvic floor issues. So we have to come up with a protocol on top of their fitness goals. So you see what I mean? Like, we're creating mobility. We're seeing like people on medications, health conditions, stuff like that, that a lot of generic plans aren't actually helping you with. So all right, cool. I kind of hit on that fitness assessment, and then they get on their onboarding call, and then they start week 1. So within that, like, we do group calls once a week. I'm implementing something now. I'm actually doing it today. I try to change the day and the day and the time each week so clients can get on it with me. I'm doing like an office hour. So that's another thing. So they get access to my office hour, which is brand new. I just started implementing this. But it gives clients the opportunity to come into a Zoom room. Maybe no one's even there. I have some days where people come in and then someone leaves and then someone comes in. So it's kind of weird. Like, they're kind of getting more, almost like one-on-one help with me, even though I don't work with clients individually anymore. But it's kind of like my open door policy. I guess we'll kind of call it that, open door. Because I want clients to get access to me as much as possible. I mean, I always joke I can't be a million places at once. That's the downside of being a business owner. And I still want to impact lives. So that's why I started doing this. Just to give people more opportunity. And I'm on the computer anyway, so I'm doing things in the background if no one even jumps in. So it doesn't, it's just something that really has been an eye-opener for a lot of clients too. You know what I mean? So, all right, so we talked about resources we provide. We talked about the course, the group. They get access to their accountability coach. So the coach is there messaging them almost daily. Honestly, they're getting communication that way. They can book Zoom calls with them. Also too, they're getting video feedback each week on their progress. We also go into their MyFitnessPal. We have a lot of stuff that we do on the back end. So that's where this is the biggest part, in my opinion, of actually working in a coaching program. If you don't want that, like, if you don't need it, then just get an app or an ebook or something like that. If you just need something to follow. But if you need like support, guidance, structure, actual education, working in a coaching program is going to literally 10x your results, especially if you're someone that really wants it. Because I have clients that come in that are literally working out 5 or 6 days a week, and they've been plateaued for years, and then they come in and work with us, and our job is to figure out the gaps, right? Out the gaps. We see a lot of it when they fill out their fitness assessment, but like when they step inside, we're crafting and creating something structured, right? But the women on my team, most of them have close to 10 years in the fitness business on top of working as, prior law enforcement, prior fire, EMS. I have someone that was in the vet tech space, so vet health. I have got the military. So we all know what to do and how to fill the gaps and things like that. So that's what our job is, right? Figuring the gaps out. And then resources we provide went through that. What makes us different too is exactly what I just mentioned. We're all women on a team who are probably first responders. Who I have moms on my team. I have women who have went through menopause, so we understand that. We have women with like different types of trainings. But we all worked anywhere from 12 to 40-hour shifts, and we worked nights before. So we all get that, and we all went through a struggle in our own fitness journeys and have gotten results from it. I teach my coaches my framework, so they know exactly how to implement exactly what I teach as, that's in my program. So my my systems, right, which is my fat burner blueprint, the goal body bundle. Jeez, I cannot. And then the last one is, I call it like a lifestyle recalibration. Jeez. Basically, and that's like the teaching aspect, plus like optimization. Okay, so those are the systems that we use. Okay, and that's what kind of makes us different. A lot of coaching programs are just like, here, do this, but they're not telling you the how and the why. That's the teaching aspect we do. I teach. I don't gatekeep. You guys can see, like, I am trying to, like, be here on, like, YouTube a little bit more, give you guys more information. But anyway, let's go through this. So this client started out back here, and she's a veterinarian. See, that's what I mean, like vet health. So veterinarians, dude, they have crazy schedules. They really do. Like, my sister-in-law is a veterinarian, and they work like nonstop hours. But I digress. So she started out, her waist was at 36, and where she is now, her waist is at 33. And this was in 49 days. So I'm gonna take a look at her, because I have Coach Denise is working with Andrea right now. So we're working out rest day, 4 days a week, maybe 3 days a week. Yeah, 3 days a week, and she's already lost 3 inches off her waist. So it's a big part of doing things. Is core correction is another big thing. Denise is great with that. Just helping her lose weight in the process. So she's down she's almost down 10 pounds. So I'll say like around like 10 pounds. Where's that little squiggly at? Little squiggly. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where is it? Oh, there you are. Hidden. So around 10 pounds loss so far. And I don't know if let me look at her notes really quick. And I can't see this, but this is on my other screen. But she's a high stress. She also has a kid, has dieted before, too restricted, not sustainable. I'm going to take this right here. So we also give, I'm going to pull this up here. We also give clients options. I just copied and pasted this out of my software. So we give them options on what kind of coaching they prefer. Soft, balanced, or tough coaching. Do you know why? Because everyone performs differently. Everyone reacts to things differently. I am more of a tough coach because I don't like to beat around the bush with people, and I think people need to kind of be pushed a little bit harder. But that's why I also have other coaches on my team, because they're great with like soft coaching and stuff like that too. So didn't feel heard. I really want to learn how to eat and feel my body, and I'm nervous to fail yet again and not make any progress. So this is literally her why, basically. So if that's you, if you've come into programs and didn't feel heard or didn't feel respected or just felt like another number, I'm here to tell you, like, we don't have thousands of clients. We really don't, and that's not. I want to help thousands of women, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to do it in a place where people get lost in translation or, like, lost in a program. The only thing we can't do as coaches is make people show up for themselves. Like, that's literally the only thing off the table that as coaches we can't personally do. But yeah, she is keeping 3 workouts, and she does Orange Theory too. So that's another thing. As we have women that are still doing other things like Orange Theory, I have some people that do boxing, I have some people that do jujitsu. I have some women that still like to want to use their Peloton. But the problem is like all those things, right, is all spread out and it's not making any sense. Does that kind of clarify for you? Like if you are doing things but you're not getting the body you're wanting or you're not getting the results that you're looking for, it's because things are just kind of like 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 pasted together, copy pasted together. So our job is if women are doing other things like Orange Theory, for instance, that's what she's doing. What we want to do is we want to make it make sense because when people are going to Orange Theory, sometimes they're like not consistently doing the right things in the back end, right? On their off days that they're not there, their nutrition isn't nearly where it needs to be. And this client's doing awesome, right? Let me take a look. Because I wanted to take a look. I always tell people, and I just sent this to my clients today. If clients can do 60% of their nutrition, which is it's not 100%, it's not 90, it's not 80, it's not 70. But I tell them that they can hit 60% of their nutrition, they will 100% always get results. It's virtually impossible. That's why I have that guarantee in place because I set the frameworks of what the guarantee is for because I know 3 days a week, 60% of nutrition. What I say, 3 days of activity or whatever. Those things will guarantee results. I'm not asking clients to work out 2 hours a day. I'm not asking. She doesn't even go to a regular gym. She's working out at home right now because I got that in my notes too. I'll pull that up real fast so you guys can see it. Yeah. See at the bottom has been burned by other programs. We keep tabs on people, but she has like 3 days a week, dumbbell, barbell, bike, bands, rower ball. So that's what we're using. We're using the shit that she has. We're not making her go anywhere. She works out at Orange 3 days a week and tend to walk most days. She gets between 8 to 10,000 steps, and then she also does high volume spays and neuters as a vet, and she's lifting and moving dogs and cats all day. She's not an unactive person. You see what I mean? So what was happening? There was just things that she's doing, which is great. She's an active person, but they weren't being pieced together. And that's what I said, right? We fill in the gaps. She needed someone to fill the gaps in and actually have someone discern what needs to be done in order to maximize what she's already currently doing and just making it better. That's our job as coaches is we want to make things better. And if you have no clue where to even start is to show you how to skip all the nonsense, right? That's where most people get caught up is they try to do it on their own for weeks, months, years, and then they get frustrated because they keep trying to do things that just aren't clicking when the coaching is the shortcut, right? Is the shortcut. That's the only way I can describe what coaching is. Our job is to come in, give you the exact ways to get results that'll guarantee that you'll get results without all the skipping around. And if you follow what we tell you, like I joke with my clients, I'm like, guys, like, I'm making it virtually impossible at this point. Like, I'm implementing so many things, and I like to test new things in my program to get clients even better results. So that way, the next group of women that come through, we've optimized things even further. So I'm a crazy person. Like, I joke, like, I am always on the computer. I'm always trying to figure out ways. I'm always trying to learn new things. I'm trying to, ensure that my clients are getting a world-class support. That's what you want in a coaching program, right? We don't want at the bottom has been burned by this program. I don't want that for my women. But at the same time, anyone that steps into this program, if you're not someone that, wants to put in the effort, if you're not someone that is willing to listen and put your ego aside, if you're not someone that is ready to ask for help, if you're not someone that, doesn't want to do anything to get results, then we're not for you. Like, I'm just going to put that out there. Like, we can't help you. No one, there isn't a program out there that's going to help you. You have to have that mindset coming in of, hey, I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to see results. I'm ready to feel better. And what we do is we just fast forward the timeline, right? We like most people, it takes them this long, right? Our job is to crunch things down in a shorter amount of time. That's why my program's like 4 months long, right? Because our job is to take what You know, some people it takes 30 pounds, it takes them a year. Our job is to condense it down into like less than half the year to lose up to 30 pounds. So that's what I mean by getting just you just fast track things with coaching. That's what it's really for. So that's pretty much a rundown on the case study I wanted to go through, like what we do, what we implement, how things look. Everyone's program looks different. So if you're going to ask me what does a program look like, for me, I would say I don't know until you fill out a fitness assessment, until we talk, until we can get an idea. Because I have clients right now that we're prehabbing for surgery. We have some clients that we post-hab for surgery. We have some clients that we're prepping for the AFT through the military. We have some that just want to feel good because they're grandmas, and they want to be able to play with their grandkids. I have some young women who are in their early 20s who want to look good. They want to build their confidence back. Or some women getting ready for a wedding. So everyone's different. They're all women who are working plus crazy 12-hour shifts though. Like that's the main thing. That's what we understand. We can help anyone, as what I always say, but our bread and butter is just helping women with crazy shifts because we've all done it before. So if you're someone that is curious or wants to learn how like my team and I can help, you can text me at 878-666-9222. That's my business number. Just text the word coach to that number. Just to learn more. So that way we can kind of, well, please make sure you introduce yourself because people will be like, hey, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm like, hello, who are you? Just introduce, hey, my name is Megan. I am looking to lose 20 pounds. I'm in law enforcement. I'm really struggling with my shifts. You know what I mean? Like, give me some feedback because some of you guys are just like, hello. And I'm like, it might be spam for all I know. So just if you text me, just don't be weird. But you could text the word coach. That'll give me a little bit of an idea on one, where it came from, if you saw one of my videos, but two, that you're looking to learn more to see if we can help. Okay. So any questions, feel free to reach out, whether it's my Instagram, whether it's through that number. You can also go to my website. That would be www.valkyrie fitnessnutrition.com. I would add it to my YouTube, but I'm going through the verification process again because they love to change things. So can I make this go back to normal? No color. It's probably because it's white. Anyway, but yeah, you can go to my website. You can text me at that number. You can keep checking out some more of my YouTube videos. But like I said, my goal is clarification. Understanding what we do inside so you have a good idea. And honestly too, like if it is something you're actively searching for, in my opinion, make it like a no-brainer for you. So that way you can be like, yeah, I like trust this process. I'm seeing other clients winning, how they're doing things. So if we do get on a call, it's more so me getting a better understanding on what your needs are, whether it's me or Janine, and then setting you up with someone who's going to be a good accountability coach for you. All right.